What's up everybody, welcome back. Today is going to be our no nonsense, straight to the point video on how to prep your raised beds in the form of hay bales. This is super easy, a great way to start a garden with very little effort, and you're making compost at the same time, so you get the best of both worlds, baby. Let's take a look at the simple steps it takes to get these started and ready for your vegetables in springtime. So first things first is you're going to notice the layout. Generally, you're going to be recommended to lay your straw bales or hay bales just like this on their side. While of course I did some experimentation with some of them to see if there's really any difference. We also got some soil on top of some of these straw bales. But straight to the point, all you've got to do with these is get them out. You want to bring them out early springtime. But generally temperature is going to determine how well these are going to do with your garden, because you want these to start breaking down in composting. So while you can bring them out in early spring, sometimes they're really just not going to do anything until the temperature picks up. But what you do is bring them outside and then water these things every single day, along with a high nitrogen rich fertilizer. Urea is a great solution to include in this, is what's oftentimes recommended. There's a lot of other options. In fact, you could come out here and pee on these every single day if you really wanted to. That's a free option for you. So you're going to want to do that just about every day for the first 4 days. You can miss a day here or there. It's not going to make a difference really. Do that for 4 days, and then I always do it about every other day for the remaining, I don't know, another 5 to 7 days from that point. And then after that, every once a week, you're going to add in the nutrient compounds. And then, of course, make sure you're watering every single day, though, during this entire time frame. What we really got to think about is the fact that we're trying to get these to compost and break down as fast as possible. So if you got mycorrhizal fungi, you can sprinkle some of that stuff in here, get that growing, get the fungus growing, get mushrooms growing in here. You can also use coffee grounds. That's a great additive as well. And then urea is going to be number one. So heavy fertilizer for the first, 4-5 days. You slowly drift it off a little bit up to the first week and a half. And then from there, it's just kind of what you feel. Again, like my approach is with gardening almost always, it doesn't have to be a perfect system. You can miss a day here and there. You can go a few days extra, a few days less. With these beds, it's not going to really make much of a difference. So lots of water, lots of nutrients and fertilizer in the form of nitrogen to get these breaking down. Once they've started breaking down, you might see a little bit of grass seeds growing up here and there. Don't you worry about that. All I do really is just peel it off and then let it break down on the top. You can get your seedlings in and starting to grow after, I would say, about 3 weeks or so. You're good. You can throw them in right away, but they're going to be initially stunted if they don't have a good growing medium. So having these straw bales being broken down is very beneficial. We had a super weird spring here, so we had some plants that died off and didn't do too well. So if you can see, we've got some damage on some of our tomato plants. Spring was really rough on them. We really had them in too early in here, but the strawberries are doing incredibly well. And then our cherry tomatoes are also doing super well. The peppers almost died off because of a giant temperature swing, but now they're grown quite well, even with the damage. So all these little sprouts that are coming up are super promising. We are pretty early in the season yet, so I pushed it with these ones really, guys. I really did. But yeah, really excited. We've also got some beans growing, some cucumbers, watermelon seeds. In this bed, we've got more tomatoes, peppers, cucumbers, kale, and then broccoli. Then we have some peas, lettuce, radishes, and carrots as well. My method for growing lettuce is essentially just coming out here and sprinkling on seeds, and then peeling off and cutting what we eat. So we're about to have the first round of it, and then as you can see, all other kinds of seedlings popping up here to take up their places. And I do the same thing with the radishes. So you see the little seedlings starting to sprout up, and then some of the larger ones, which are just about ready for harvest here, per our liking. Carrots are not doing too well, though, I'll be 100% honest. But I'll cover more of this in a gardening tour video for this early summertime. More of our vegetables and flowers as well. So wish us luck. That is how to straw bale garden, how to get them prepped and ready for your gardening season. It's quite simple. I mean, really, there's not much to it. You want to get them outside. You want to water them every day, keep them wet and moist, and add in that nitrogen-rich compounds, nitrogen-rich fertilizer, urea, whatever it might be. Ain't too much else to it. I will say, when you are growing in straw bales, you're going to want to make sure that you water a little bit more frequently than you would with like a raised bed like you got over here, or especially an in-ground garden bed, because there's not as much for the water to hold on to in here. As it breaks down, it will get better, but see, you can reach in. If you feel it nice and moist, that's good. You want to keep it moist all the time. All right, guys, you know the drill. Make sure you like and subscribe if you're new. For my returning visitors, thank you so much for watching again. I hope your gardens are growing great. We'll see you in the next episode.